Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV video. Today I want to go over the foods that you should be preparing for crafters and gatherers, my current melds for the legs, hands, and feet of the Everseeker set, and my remelds of my accessories on my gatherers, as well as giving you guys an idea of what I'm going to be doing on patch day. So I don't know what your guys' stats will be, what gear you're using, what melds you're using, if you're using Teamcraft, if you're using Ashes, if you're using Mine, Tenolin, Desperius. I don't know who you guys follow for crafting and gatherers, but I'm going to cover all my bases here. Okay, so the first thing we have is the new food. We have ceviche, and then you have the Cloud Sail meuniere. So this one has CP and craftsmanship. This one has perception and gathering. The other food is the Rroneek steak for crafters, which has CP and control. Stuffed peppers for gatherers, which has perception and GP. The salmon jerky, which has control and craftsmanship. And then we have the turali pineapple ponzecake, which has gathering perception. Now, when it comes to crafters, the control is only going to help if it goes past the breakpoint where it increases enough to make a difference. If the control is not high enough to make a difference, then using Rroneek steak for CP and control might not be a good idea. So if you go with the ceviche, which gives you 96 CP, which is a little bit higher, but a crap ton of craftsmanship, that means you can reduce the number of groundworks that it needs to get to 100% progress, which will most likely be able to add in another ability to control or quality to make a difference. So if the control does not go past the breaking point of actually being helpful, go with something with craftsmanship and CP. So that's why I say have both of these on hand. Now for your gatherers, this is depending on if you need extra stats for the characteristics. So if you have enough GP, then you can go for the Cloud Sail meuniere with perception and gathering, since it has a crap ton of both. If you don't need gathering, but you need more perception and GP is a little bit, then you can go with the stuffed peppers, because it gives you a crap ton of perception and a little bit of GP. For crafters, if you have enough CP and you want to check up your craftsmanship and control, then the salmon jerky might help you get to that control breakpoint. Now for the ponzecake, if you have enough GP and you just need a little bit of gathering, a little bit of perception for whatever you need, the ponzecake could be a easy substitute over the higher tier foods. And of course, make sure that you have enough craftsman's tisane for the extra CP if you don't need control or craftsmanship, and of course the red one for extra control just in case. So experiment with different foods when you're going to doing the new nodes and the new recipes for crafters. Okay, so these are the foods and of course the pots that I definitely would recommend and having multiples of just in case. When it comes to doing collectibles, the Everseeker set should be enough to go back and do those without needing the extra boost in food. Now, even though I'm not fully melded with the Everseeker set, I did go ahead and meld my hands, legs, and feet, and remelded my accessories. I'll be doing a proper meld video when I get the tools and, of course, the head and body piece taken care of. So, because the hands, legs, and feet were pretty easily capped, I went ahead and melded them. So for my hands, I went with a Perception 12, Gatherer 12, Gatherer 12, and Gather 11, and capped out Perception with a Perception 11. For the legs, you can cap out both gathering and perception, so I went with a Gatherer 12, Perception 12, Gatherer 5, and a Perception 4. And as for the feet, I was able to cap perception, but I did not put any gathering because I needed my GP to remain high, so we did a Perception 12, a GP 12, a GP 11, and a Perception 11. I did check out Ash's meld video just to see if we both had the same mindset, and we kind of did. So I kind of went off my mind and of course his video as well to meld these three. Even though he did the body and the heads, I'm still holding off on melding these just in case. And the same thing goes for the tools. I just melded some battle material for spirit bonding only. Now as for my accessories, I did have to remeld these, but I wanted a higher tier melds to fit out what I was lacking. So for the earrings, I redid and did a Perception 12, a GP 12, 2 Gather 11s, and a GP 9. For the neck, we went Perception 12, a GP 12, a Gather 11, Perception 11 to cap out, and a GP 9. As for the wrists, I don't think I was able to cap whatever the stats were here, so I just went with Perception 12, a GP 10, 2 Gather 11s, and a GP 11. Both rings are melded the same, but the perception is in a different slot. I don't know why I did it that way, but it's basically the same. Perception 12, GP 10, Perception 9, Gather 11, and 11. And this is reversed with the perception being a grade 9 at the end. So basically those are my remelds for my accessories and the melds for my hands, legs, and feet. Once we get to the breakpoints and all that for 7.2, we will make a proper meld video for gatherers, for body, head, and of course the tools. And of course when the cosmic exploration tools come out in April, we will be doing that as well, seeing if they're any better or worse. So my plan for 7.2, I usually do the main story first, then work on crafting and gathering. Unfortunately, something's telling me to do the opposite because I might be too tired to do crafting and gathering after doing the story. So the first thing that I have done is I've already made some stuffed peppers. I think I made 31 for the books. I have to cap out on my purple scripts before tomorrow. This retainer here. I also have stuffed peppers ready to go. And the last retainer has all of the orange scripts that I will need for more culinary food materials. As for the tomestones, I have already capped out on both aesthetics and heliometry since I don't really need these for anything else. I've been basically capped on this for the last 2 days. Bicolor gemstones were not included in the patch notes, so most likely they will not be giving us anything new with that, so I went ahead and spent them on some music that I did not have before. And then of course I'm going to have to make sure that I cap my nuts at least within the next 2 days before the patch drops so I can get more battle materia. Plus whatever they add in, which I don't think they will be because we know that the Unreal trial is going to be one mount and then PvP will be the other mount, so most likely the hunt nuts will not be used for more than just materia. So I'm going to be working on my gatherers first and then crafters because gatherers is a little bit easier to do. So I'm going to give my book number 12 immediately for all the crafters to see what my stats will be for that, and then we'll take care of the gatherer nodes in the folklore books whenever those will be. I'll probably check out the gathering site to see if they have them up so I know exactly when there will be. So basically that is going to be my plan first. Crafters and gatherers, and then probably take a nap and then work on the story. So I can have my crafters and gatherer guides out faster, sooner, before everybody else does. And that is my hope for a 7.2. Okay guys, so that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out those of my channel for more Final Fantasy XIV content. Subscribe for more content for 7.2, and I will see you guys in the next one. And that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new for more Final Fantasy XIV content and help with the YouTube algorithm. If you guys want to support my channel even further, consider becoming a YouTube member, Patreon supporter, or help me on Ko-Fi. The links for those will be in the description down below, as well as my Discord. And an extra special shout out to the members on screen. So until next time, may you ever walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut, and always remember to keep forging ahead.